Hey, what is up guys? My name's David, aka Desirous, bringing you another gameplay commentary today on the map Slums. This is going to be a game of Hardpoint that comes right down to the wire. There's only a couple of points in it at the end, so keep watching the gameplay. And yes, so today's topic is going to be about this gun I'm using here today, and also a couple of other guns. As you can see here, running with the M8 with the 3 attachments, obviously running the primary gunfighter, and the 3 attachments, the quick draw handle, the reflex sight, and also the stock. If you guys don't use the stock as well, quick tip, make sure if you're using AR, you want to be using those 3 perks, or at least using reflex and stock. Without stock on an AR, you're not going to get as far, trust me. I've been there, done that, and it's so difficult to use it without stock. But with stock, you can get 2 pieces like that, which is amazing. So anyway, now talking about these guns, I know I've done in the past, like gun summarizing and telling you guys what kind of guns you should be using, but in this game now, because obviously we've had a recent patch update as well, you want to be using certain guns over others. Now, obviously the 2 guns that I've been telling you before to use, the MSMC and the PDW, I'm still recommending that you use that MSMC 100%. I haven't been using the PDW a lot as of late, I know that much. I know people have been, and I've seen plenty of them in league play and in public play and stuff as well. But my advice to you guys is, because of the recent patch updates and that, you really do need to start having a look at putting a couple of classes with ARs on, 1, maybe even 2, maybe even 3, just depending on what kind of player you are. Maybe you already use ARs, I don't know. But I know from personal experience, in Modern Warfare 3, I was using AR, that's what I felt comfortable with. However, because I wanted to get better at Black Ops 2, I had to move across to the SMGs, because this was such... In the beginning stages, this game was so much based around the SMGs, it was unbelievable. The ARs were good at long range, but the SMGs were dominating that medium and short range. And in games like Hardpoint, I mean, if I walked into a Hardpoint, I would not be able to own up an SMG at that kind of range that I've just won that gunfight at. And now, as you can see there, I was able to pick him off there with an M8, and he had a SMG. I could pick him off easily. So the balance is definitely swinging. Does this mean that I'm saying that it's changed from SMGs to ARs to be using? No, not at all. For example, obviously when I'm playing League play, I like to use an AR because that accuracy is something I'm so into at the moment. It's great to use a good sensitivity that you're familiar with, but because I'm liking to use these at the moment, that's what I'm choosing to use. However, I know a lot of players are still using SMGs. I can run both. Just because I run like one over the other sometimes doesn't mean that I can't use both. How in a lot of gameplays, I don't think this is an example of this, but in a lot of gameplays you'll see me running an SMG, getting ahead in say Hardpoint or something, and then all of a sudden I'll then work more on getting cut-offs with ARs. It just all depends on your kind of like gun skill. Depends on what role you're going to play as well. I mean, obviously if you're running with a team, if you're all running ARs in Hardpoint, then, you know, you're probably not going to win, because you need someone sitting there with an SMG or a shotgun or something like that. I mean, obviously, dual cap 40s is something else you could think about as well. But that's another thing as well. Dual caps have actually been nerfed eventually. Hallelujah. I know a lot of people have been waiting for that kind of nerf. And, yeah, you know, some people disagree with it. But in my honest opinion, it was just waiting for it to happen. This dude just totally didn't see me. But no, it's one of those things that, yeah, fair enough, now people are just going to start using dual P23Rs. I know that, you know that. But, you know, Akimbo's got to get banned by MLG eventually. They can't keep Akimbo pistols in the game without just thinking that something bad's going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So, fingers crossed they will ban that. Not like trying to make a bigger debate about that. But at least they've banned the dual... I can't even remember what they're called now. The dual cap 40s. There we go. Oh, that was really... God, my mind just went so blank for a sec. But yeah, at least they've banned that. And also, let's say, if they do ban dual pistols, then that would be a good idea. But I'm not going to push for that, because at the moment I don't even use dual pistols, because, as I just said, literally about 30 seconds ago, I'm more of a person about accuracy, not about, you know, just unpredictability. If you go into a gunfight, I want to know that my weapon's going to win that gunfight. I don't want to just run into a building and spray with some akimbo pistols. Okay, fair enough, in S&D it sometimes works, but that's not me. So that's just not my gaming style. So anyway, now because of this, obviously, as I said, SMGs, M8, you know, all those kind of things are about even now, but I did want to just quickly throw into these videos a couple of different classes to set up. I'm not going to put anything on screen or whatever as I have done in the past. I'm just going to talk to you about these guns, the best guns in the game, and just give you like a bit of attachment advice and what kind of perks you want to be running with them as well. So for starters, obviously going back over the MSMC, which I've done before in the past, the two attachments I found that's best with the MSMC is definitely the quick draw and the long barrel. That's for me. I know also two good attachments for other players are the quick draw and the extended clip, because obviously the MSMC only has, I think it's 30 bullets, whereas with extended clip it has 40. Don't quote me on that, guys. I think that's right. But a lot of people prefer to have those 40 bullets, just so they can spray a little bit more from the hip if they want to be. You know, you don't want to be running out of bullets if you find two players. So that's one important thing that they want to be using that for. But I don't usually have that much of a problem. I have to admit, that's just my thing. So yeah. But that's the kind of attachments I use with the MSMC. As for perks, I mean, obviously when I'm running an SMG, I want to have that lightweight on there. Flat jacket as well. You know, if I've got enough perks, I usually only run 4 perks. So if I'm, say, playing hardpoint, for example, I like to run flat jacket and lightweight with the perk 1 greed. Toughness as well, you know, when you do get shot, you want to be kind of keeping your aim on a little bit there. So toughness, and then usually dexterity. A lot of people don't use dexterity, which I'm kind of surprised at. You see it in all the MLG games that you probably watch on live streams and that kind of stuff. You see them all on there. But a lot of people don't use dexterity, which I really don't get, because when you're jumping into a hardpoint, or when you're climbing up into that control building on Express, or anything like that, you need dexterity to be able to get up there. And when you've got an SMG, you want to be running around that map, and you don't want a roadblock to stop you from, say, climbing on that statue just to the right of me there. So you want to have dexterity on it as well. That's my MSMC advice anyway. They say everyone's different. Some people find that they don't need the quick draw because they'll just walk around a corner pre-aiming or something like that. But that's my advice. And obviously, that's what I always do on this channel. So as for the PDW, as I say, I haven't used the PDW that much as of late. So I can't really give any like updated advice that I haven't given before with the PDW. I'd still say laser sight is possibly a good is a good attachment to have with a PDW, but I'm honestly not sure about what else I'd put on that. The same kind of perk layout though, because I'd still be using that gun as the same kind of skills as I would with the MSMC. But now, like, moving on to the assault rifles, as I say, with assault rifles, there's 3 perks in particular I run. I see MLG players run, you know, the optics of the world, all those kind of players, is the reflex, the stock, and the quick draw, as I'm running this class here. Now, if you have space for that primary gunfighter, then that's what I run. If I haven't got space for the primary gunfighter, however, that's when I start using, I start dropping quick draw, just using reflex and stock. A lot of people, let's say, knock off stock instead of quick draw, and yes, even though I think quick draw is important to have, I still think that you need stock a heck of a lot more. And that was a very nice 4-piece from someone on the enemy team with a Hellstorm. And this is where they start to come back into this game a little bit. I'm trying to push up a little bit too much maybe with the M8, but just keep watching, 'cause we might still win this yet. You never know. There's a slight possibility that we might not lose this, even though they've got score streaks and everything. So, but yeah, now moving on. The AN, no, let's do the FAL first. The FAL. Guys, the amount of people I still see using select fire, and if you're going to use a FAL with select fire, I don't know why you would, because at the moment the FAL is not the best gun to be using with select fire. It is powerful enough to be using if you're using stock reflex with that, or if you're using quick draw on that gun, then yes, it is going to be a powerful gun. And look, we're actually losing at the moment as well. I just wanted to quickly throw it in. Keep watching, because this is an intense section. Just keep watching that kill feed. But yeah, with, say, the FAL as well, make sure you don't use that select fire. I know some people haven't got a good trigger finger, but if you haven't got a good trigger finger, don't use the FAL. Don't use a semi-automatic assault rifle. Start using, say, the M8's a burst rifle, but start using the N94. That's a big tip I can give you guys. So anyway, as you can see there, we've just pulled back that game. So fingers crossed, you know, that was a great gameplay. Keep watching for the 2 videos on the screen now, and if you haven't checked them out, make sure you do, and hurry up and subscribe. So until next time, guys, take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace out.